fun. I can't wait to see what the players got to bring. How about yourself?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm never opposed to kind of casting a battle royale game such as Fortnite here. I mean, it's always a treat. You kind of get to see how people like to play the map, whatever it may be. Processing these fights, it's always interesting. So I am looking forward to our matchup this evening.
Nice. I mean, we've seen a bunch of different strategies used so far in a bunch of the Fortnite games. We see, a lot of floating around the map, just kind of, catching picks on players rotating in, and it's been pretty interesting to see how each team plays and evolves to the situations as they come up. And I'm actually pretty excited to see how everybody else is going to, survive, figure
For
out new
sure.
strategies.
I know I've been told that Godzilla is no longer among us on the map or available, so that is definitely a good note for our players. Maybe little bit more normal of a game of Fortnite should be taking place tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, I believe should just be a normal game of 2v2, no build. Uh, it'll be Group C if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're
Um,
correct on that. That
and
sounds right.
then yeah, should be pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll be loading in, getting that battle bus ready to go here momentarily. Oh my goodness, that timing could not have been better. Shout out to production team, always on the ball. Everybody in, stop at 15 seconds.
Looks like we
Justin,
got
if you see any players of note, definitely give us the heads up if you recognize any of these names or anything along those lines.
all right, will do. Looks like we got 35 players in the lobby, 19 teams going today. So overall, looks like there might be one solo, maybe a few more. Um, got couple teams going over towards Foxy Floodgate and over here at this location. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. The map has changed quite a bit. Lost
I
Lake,
lost
huh?
it.
All right.
I guess so.
I like it.
Ovaltine
I
is
like the
good,
vibe.
and TV Gamer land at the big house in the center here, trying to see if they can get some good loot.
Did spot a chest up top. Sword action immediately.
Chug splashes, those could be pretty useful. We've noticed that, you know, in these no build games, it is pretty common for teams to pick up shield bubbles like there, just because of the fact that, you can't exactly get cover, on a moment's notice. So they're one of the only ways that you're going to be able to really support yourself if, a team sneaks up on you and you get a fight going.
Yeah, definitely a good shout. Those definitely can come into handy when we get into the thick of it later on here. But early stages, obviously, you're just looking for the best kind of weaponry you can get your hands on. Oh, got one person getting knocked down there. SSRJ finding maybe the first knock of the game, or Elam, that is.
And I believe that would have been our solo because now we are at even numbers, teams wise.
Well, poor, poor Solo getting caught out. Nobody there to back up. It's unfortunate.
We will not be seeing a reboot coming in. Unlucky. Does look like we are getting a little bit of action over here. Shark Bite
Ooh,
and
SSRJ
Co.
just got knocked as well, though. So he immediately bought the billet, bought the bullet for taking that open exchange. Position got given away. He got taken care of. Map looks nice though.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really liking, the overall slightly bigger, but not too big maps with like a good amount of POIs around the area, just because you get that constant little flow of fighting, but you also get that rest time where you can, recoup. It's a good mix. I like what they're doing.
Okay, this duo's got matching skins, so you know they're on point.
These guys came here to win. Pretzel Prince and nobody.
Nobody ish. I don't know.
Nobody-ish.
I mean,
I think that's right.
yeah, who knows?
Looks like they're in the vicinity of FAR-J01 and potentially other squads.
Yeah, Farjay's close by. I think they heard
Doesn't
him.
look like
Looks like they were
for
taking cover
sure.
for a second.
Doesn't look like they want to be seen. They will actually rotate away
Yeah, Pretzel's
from
out of
that
there.
location.
Okay.
It's nobody is here. I just figured, yep, there it
Oh,
is.
jeez. Oh, jeez. There it is. Yeah, good on you for figuring that one out. We would have gotten clowned. Oh, Farjay was in a car. Okay, it seemed like Farjay was moving a little bit quick. Dino Boy.
Mirror's
Also in a
watch.
vehicle. Okay. Well, I think the people on the train. That's his teammate, though, right? Yeah.
Believe so.
Yep. All right. Working with the train.
17 teams alive, 32 players. I believe that would make it 2 solos, right?
Yeah, the contact that we saw with SSRJ going down, he ended up getting rezzed by his teammate because they picked up a kill right after that, or two actually, I think. We'll have to see. Patriot up top here.
Yeah.
We
Looks
talk
like they're
about the
just
high
doing a
ground.
little bit of scouting.
Get the jump pad to get out of here when necessary.
I think what's going to be really big is getting those placement points, but also getting elims, just because of the fact that there's not a crazy amount of players in the lobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Getting more picks will secure you more points comparatively to other players. And right there, we see a fight going down.
Oh my
Flaris gets
goodness.
Nebula champion.
Flares found two. Hey, hey, finding one. Now we got another squad rolling in here in the Jeep.
Yaboy and Mr. Demon Skull.
Yeah, that's a crazy
Looks like,
combo.
yeah, for sure. Looks like they're moving over towards Lost Lake.
Nobody up ahead for the time being. Dude, it's tough when you're trying to get around the perspective of the map, you know, and like you don't quite have as much fighting going on. But we're getting closer to the point where these teams are inevitably going to start crossing paths.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it.
For right now, though, looks like there's not much action going over here at Flooded Frogs. We do see this team, QWERTY, just kind of, trying to get some loot, see
Oh, we're
if they
off
can get
roading.
some.
We're
Oh
off
yeah.
road now. Okay, are you a car guy or not a car guy for Fortnite? Are you run? Would you rather be like running around on foot, making less noise, or are you cool with whipping around in the vehicle?
I'm more of a car guy for sure.
I
I
respect it.
think the cars are just super strong for the fact that you can kind of just get rotations in this like armored vehicle.
Right.
Like if you get shot at, you
More
probably won't take
protection
too much
surrounding you.
damage
You can
for
always like
sure.
slow down, hop out. That makes sense.
It's also really good, yeah, like you were talking about with just kind of like hopping out whenever you need. You can like take really advantageous fights just because of the fact that, you might be able to catch other players off guard while they're like shooting at you. They might run low on ammo, and then you hop out right there and you get like some lucky shots off.
For sure.
It, I think cars can be pretty strong if you use them both defensively and offensively.
That is a good point for sure. We have this yellow squad right behind them over here at the brutal box cars, but they're not really moving on this position quite yet. Just trying to get a glimpse of what's going on. This guy's got like a ghillie suit esque kind of top here. Blends nicely into that bush.
Yeah, it's a little silly. I really like it. Um, I think they might just be trying to find a time where those guys are not exactly paying attention and might also just be going for some free points just off placement here.
I mean, just being by and kind of being around to potentially third party as well if somebody else is to approach this area, but they're kind of clearing it out and maybe thinking about moving on at this point.
For sure. I'm liking seeing that almost every team we've looked at so far, they have some sort of movement ability. Just kind of like a get in, get out kind of
For sure.
weaponry where
I,
it just like aids them in
for
taking
sure.
and leaving fights.
I feel like in no builds, that's also basically a must to have somewhere in your arsenal.
hmm Yeah, because you don't have the ability to just whip out builds whenever you feel.
Yeah.
And that's another like reason people enjoy, the porta bunkers and uh the porta shields or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Shield bubbles.
That makes sense. All right. Back in some vehicle action here.
LBTV Games and Exotic Butters. I do remember these guys from last stream. I do believe that they got pretty far in the last lobby. So
All right. Oh, spotting out another vehicle. Are we pursuing?
this is 3 vehicles
Yeah,
in one area.
this
What is
could get
going
epic.
on?
We now have changed games. We're playing GTA. Not opting to get into it though. Just kind of happy with waiting it out.
For sure.
Oh, spotting the chest though. Okay, abandoning the vehicle for the time being. Now this is going to get interesting because there is another squad up here to their right. It's Pretzel Prince, and nobody
Oh,
is
two
here.
squads on the mountain are right next to each other.
Yeah, this is going to get sticky. You got a team behind both of them there as well. But they're kind of pathing away right now. So kind of fortunate pathing, keeping these guys just out of reach. As you said, that mountain looking a little bit hectic.
We have one
Dino
team
Boy and
just
Connor.
north of the mountain.
They're
Thoth
kind
Boys
of
and
pinned
Former
down.
World. Wait, those are some big shots coming in.
Uh-oh, Dino
Dino
Boy
Boy
low on HP. Almost got his head taken off there.
looks like Connor's putting down some cover fire just to, kind of
Oh, Thoth Boys
make.
gets taken down quite low and gonna get dropped.
Absolutely. Wait, this is really big. If they can get this finish off,
They got the
that's
healing off
huge.
too. Down he
Connor
goes.
Connor was able to kind of just get a bunch of cover fire going while Dino Boy was healing, and it actually just ended up getting a kill.
All
Do
right.
you see the charge rifle come out?
Dino Boy up close and personal. Hops into his own whip. Gonna take
Now
that
it's
one for a
really
spin.
GTA.
Yeah. I mean, that's respect. You're in a 1v2. You know that one's not playing out to your favor. Teammate already went down. So, for me, World getting out of there. Getting to a different position. Ooh.
Setting
Ooh.
up a shot.
Could have
Goes a
been
little
deadly.
wide.
There you go. The moving car as kind of that cover.
Going for another charge rifle shot.
Oh, another squad showing up here, Justin.
Yeah, they might get attacked from the side and from the back. Dino Boy just opting to run. Honestly, probably a safe option seeing that there's a car right in front of him. Maybe going to pick up the duo.
Yup, hop
And
in.
they're just going
We're
to
out of
leave.
here.
QWERTY gets taken down by Formy World, though.
Crazy work. For me, teammate already taken out. Gonna pick up a couple more elims. That's got to help the placing points there, Justin.
Absolutely. Fireboy's getting melted here, though. That's
Uh-oh.
a big elim. I think that was a team wipe. 13 teams left, 22 players. This is pretty interesting here. See a
Things
shield bubble go down?
panning out. I mean, the action is definitely picked up now. We can see a lot of action going on over here.
Sigma and Co. healing up.
For me fighting a boss here.
I guess so. Trying to maybe get a mask. Not many options when your teammate's not in the
Yeah.
game anymore. That's big
Ooh,
damage
getting
though.
run up on. Thinking about what we're going to do at this point. Flying around atop the island.
Getting some extra shield, probably a really good idea. Just seeing as, you know, you can never be too safe being the only player on a squad alive, just
For
because of the
sure.
fact that if you go down, it's over for your team. So even though it might not have been the most beneficial, just, a little bit of shield, I mean, it might be the deciding
Ooh,
factor
they're
in whether or
going
not
up
this
here.
team gets to be in the game a little longer.
They're going to spot for me up top here. Now this is going to get interesting.
For me,
Finding a
looks like
couple elims.
does look like Formy is going to abort mission on the islands.
That makes sense. You see a squad get up top there, Justin. It's going to be a lot more difficult dealing with the boss aggro and then the
For
other
sure.
two opponents. But now having second thoughts, going back up to the scene of the crime.
Yeah. Oh, catches Connor off guard. That's a lot of HP gone.
Takes out the shield for the time being.
He will have to abandon his teammate. Oh, Dino Boy is going to, chase after him, follow him. Good idea. Don't want to, separate, especially when you're getting melted. That's a big charge rifle shot.
Yeah, that thing is a nasty weapon to have. So for me, we're definitely fortunate to have that one in the inventory.
Yeah, we are seeing for me back to just trying to take down this boss. Narrowly avoids the hit there. How much health does this thing have?
Feels like they've been fighting it forever. Finally, we'll take it down.
That's
Golden
big.
sword available.
Opts not to take it.
Interesting, to say the least. But I guess I don't know the variance in what bolt swords have or provide. Right, that's like different
Hmm. Yeah,
comparatively. So
definitely could be a big reason. Does look like seen a little bit of action on the train here. Dino Boy and Connor fighting low ground James and SSR. Shots not connecting for low ground James here. Opting to regroup with his teammate. Shield bubble down to avoid the charge rifle shot. Probably a pretty solid idea. And that also gives away Formy's position. Looks like the ring will be settling just south of Seaport City. We got, looks like 4 or 5 teams here, maybe. Looks like looks like Pretzel Prince will be taking a TP, trying to get to the top of this building. Solid idea. Hey Hey gets 2 though. That was a team wipe. Pretzel Prince did get to the top of the building, so it looks like we are going to have a pretty good surveillance of the area. Wade Wilson, Farjay, opting to take a little bit of a safer route over towards the top of the ring. Just kind of chilling in some cars here. Looks like all the teams are individually just trying to stay set up without taking too many risks here. See if they can get some placement points going.
down to 9 squads. Getting lower and lower by the minute.
Many teams just kind of in the same area, opting just to not fight.
That's definitely interesting.
Emperor Skipper, really just taking advantage of the cover of that bush, is a solo. So, probably a solid idea to just go for placement. You
Yeah, for
really
sure.
don't want to get caught out in a 2v1.
I mean, that's, yeah, kind of all the options that it feels like you're getting. We know Formy World has been alone for quite some time, but has been doing a good job of staying on top. It just got a pretty decent zone for themselves here. Trying to make sure their 6 is clear, but right now most of the bad guys are just in front of them.
For sure. Formy World is the only one in zone right now, which could prove to be pretty useful. Farj is getting annihilated.
That's crazy damage to the card there, Justin.
Yeah, I don't know if that thing will be operable for much longer, if at all.
Yeah, it gets to the point where if the vehicle's too low, there's just no point in risking it. The car can just get kind of blown up or taken care of. He's got some bad guys behind him here. Ooh, they're taking heavy fire. Farge
Farj's
just creeping
really,
behind the tree,
really caught in between two squads. This is not ideal.
taking
He is,
shots now.
yep, and that's all she wrote for Farj.
And
Nice
see,
try, not much you can do. There's just a whole lot of fighting going on, and you just
yeah.
happen to be in the middle of it.
Yeah, as soon as he got beamed through that car, it seemed like the end was near.
For sure. Looks like Low Ground James and SSR will be the second team to maybe enter the zone. Opt to go back because they hear fighting. And they might actually catch a 2v1 here.
Oh,
That
that
car is
car's
low, though.
cooked. That car's cooked.
That's a lot of damage.
Some splash shield. Taking shots, though, still getting run up on in one pump. SSRJ has been a menace since the start of the game. Now this is where it gets interesting, Justin.
For sure. One solo still alive here. We got 9 teams, 5 duos. It's looking like Low Ground James and SSR are going to get like closest to zone, but their cover is only the car, and that thing's getting pretty low.
Yeah, definitely a tricky spot to be in, and they are taking tons of damage. One goes down.
Took out the
Just
car and therefore
SSR.
took out the cover.
I think we saw a Portafort deployed. Formy World down below these guys. They're thinking somebody's around this area. Finally,
And
we'll
he gets
spot out
spotted.
Formy. Good
Formy
damage on
doing
the
big damage.
LBTV. Yeah, not bad at all. In trouble now, though, here, Justin. Rock is getting peppered, trying to use the sword to get out for the time being.
Exotic Butters and LTV, they really do need to get started going towards that zone, but they're doing a really good job of just making sure that they're doing a lot of damage before they go just to make it a little harder to fight them.
For sure. Formy sneaking up on the backside here. Yeah, everybody on the move at this point, Justin. Nobody's safe, really.
For sure. 4 teams alive, 7 players. That's one solo still in the game.
It's
That
got to be
being for
Formy.
me.
Yeah.
And
Looking
Exotic
into one.
Butters is taken out.
Fort goes down, jumping into the bubble here. Pretty decent movement coming out.
See some big fights going down. Formy takes down Flaris.
Okay, Formy's kind of been on a mad one, Justin. And
Gets
slices
another.
through Goon. I mean, crazy work. Formy's on pace to maybe pull this one off.
2v1. Actually, I believe everybody here's on a different team.
Yeah, you're
This is
right.
a 1v1v1.
Perfect situation for Formy. Sees them fighting. What an opportunity this is. Sigma getting taken quite low. In the zone now, going to get chunked out big. Has to get back into the fight. Formy dashing up top now. In the crosshairs of 2 players. This is not looking pretty.
Formy takes a lot of damage there from Sigma.
Tucks in the bush. Jumping up top now. Swords are out. Just playing for that zone. Formy's in trouble. No shield to his name at the moment. Same goes for Sigma.
This is
Gets taken down by Formy. It's a 1v1. Spamming into the bush is good. Hey, getting taken low. Formy doesn't have a lot of points of HP either. This could go either way. Goes invisible for a second. Sword is out. Trying to find the Elim. The slash is good. Tons of damage delivered onto Hey.
for both players are one shot,
Hey just running, not even
and
taking the fight. And
Formy takes
Formy.
it.
Victory Royale. What a play. How did they get through that match? I don't know. But 5 Elims and an epic showing from Formy World. We see him lose their teammate early on in that one, Justin, but battling back. We said it was possible. Was it probable? Obviously not, but somehow Formy World finds a way. Well done and well played.
Absolutely, that was super awesome. Just finishing off at the end there with 5 kills. Formy was going nuclear at the end. He was
Oh,
doing
yeah.
everything in his power to make sure he was taking good rotations, doing damage, but not, letting himself take damage. Overall, just absolutely amazing gameplay.
Yeah. I mean, that was one showing from Formy World. Big win for them. So, I mean, what a match, honestly. Uh, I'm surprised he pulled it off. Honestly, that was sweet. That was sweet.
Yeah, that was super good. Hey, with a close second place too. I mean, that was really anyone's game. It was super close. Either of them could have taken it. It just happened to go Formy's way. Placed a couple nice shots and victory royale.
Absolutely. I think that's the one and last game that we had though for the stream. Unfortunately, since we were not able to get that first battle royale up and running for you guys, but hope that you got to enjoy that one. I mean, I know Formy World's going to be feeling good after that. Teammate was probably going crazy in the comms for him, like he's popping off. So very solid work we got to see, and overall it was pretty fun for the one game that we got to cast, Justin.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, that was awesome. All players really looked like they were giving it their all. It was a competitive game through and through, and I mean, really up until the end, you had no idea who was going to come out on top.
Yeah,
Even the solo players, as you can see, were looking pretty strong. So, pretty fun to watch. Happy
yeah.
that that went that way.
Agreed. I mean, you can't really ask for a better close. So overall, the fact that it was competitive down to the wire, we didn't know who was going to take it, and it ended up being Formy was something to see. Folks, we appreciate all of you guys for popping out to the Fenworks cast. This is going to conclude week 6, and now Justin just moving into 2 weeks left of the North Dakota regular season. I mean, as a competitor and a player and a caster yourself, how are you feeling coming down closer to the wire at the end of the season?
Things are getting more stressful. Points are becoming a little more important. It's seeming if you want to make state, these games are kind of mattering. So,
Yep.
it's time to lock in, focus up, and see what happens.
Absolutely. Well said. Well, folks, with that said and done, we are going to close out the show. We hope to see you guys back with more Fenworks North Dakota action coming up with week 7 and week 8 as we get closer to state. You guys have a great rest of your Thursday evening, and we'll see you guys next time on the Fenworks cast.